That block of cheddar cheese in your refrigerator right now, you think it is real cheese. You think it is nutritious. You think you are feeding your family quality dairy. But what if I told you that some of the most popular cheddar cheese brands in American supermarkets are not real cheddar at all? What if I told you that some of them contain more additives and fillers than actual cheese? What if I told you that real cheddar cheese from other countries looks nothing like what Americans eat? Jean, I have spent weeks investigating the American cheese market. I have read every ingredients label. I have compared what is sold in US supermarkets versus what is sold in the UK and Europe. And what I discovered is shocking. Means in the next 12 minutes, I am going to reveal 6 specific American cheddar cheese brands that you should never buy. I am going to name every brand. I am going to show you exactly what is inside each one. And I am going to tell you what you should be buying instead. Stay until the end because brand number 1 is in almost every American refrigerator. And the truth about it will change how you see cheese forever. But first, let me explain what real cheddar cheese actually is. Because once you understand this, you will never be fooled again. Danged real cheddar cheese originated in the village of Cheddar in Somerset, England. It has been made the same way for over 800 years. Traditional cheddar contains just 4 ingredients: milk, salt, rennet, and bacterial cultures. That is it. The cheese is aged for months or even years. During aging, it develops complex flavors and a firm texture. The longer it ages, the sharper and more crumbly it becomes. Real aged cheddar is a nutritional powerhouse. High in protein, high in calcium, rich in vitamins A and B3, but most American cheddar cheese is nothing like this. American cheese manufacturers have found ways to make cheese faster and cheaper. Make cheese and cheaper. They use younger cheese that has not developed flavor. They add colors to make it look more orange. They add preservatives to extend shelf life. Some products contain so many additives that they legally cannot be called cheese at all. Here is something most Americans do not know. In the European Union, the term cheddar is protected. Products must meet specific standards to use that name. In America, there are almost no restrictions. Companies can call almost anything cheddar. Now let us get into the list. 6 American cheddar cheese brands you should never buy. Number 6. Great Value Medium Cheddar Cheese. Great Value is Walmart's store brand. It is the cheapest cheddar cheese option for millions of American families. When you are trying to feed a family on a budget, that low price looks attractive. Clients, but let me tell you what you are actually buying. Umdian Great Value Cheddar Cheese contains milk, cheese cultures, salt, enzymes, and annatto for color. That sounds okay so far. But here is the problem: the cheese is barely aged. Real cheddar develops its flavor through months or years of aging. Great Value cheddar is rushed through production as quickly as possible to maximize profit. The result is a bland, rubbery product that lacks the complex flavor of real cheddar. The annatto coloring is there because the cheese would otherwise look pale and unappetizing. Real aged cheddar has a natural golden color from the beta-carotene in milk. But young, quickly produced cheese is nearly white. So manufacturers add color to make it look like something it is not. Great Value also sells pre-shredded cheddar that contains additional ingredients: potato starch to prevent clumping, cellulose, which is wood pulp, natamycin as a mold inhibitor. You are not just buying cheese. You are buying cheese mixed with wood fiber and antifungal agents. India. For the price you pay, you are getting a heavily processed product that barely resembles traditional cheddar cheese. Number 5. Kraft Natural Cheddar Cheese. Kraft is one of the biggest names in American cheese. Their products are in supermarkets nationwide. The word natural on the packaging suggests quality and wholesomeness, but look closer at what Kraft Natural Cheddar actually contains. The ingredients list includes milk, cheese culture, salt, enzymes, annatto extract for color, and natamycin as a natural mold inhibitor. Again, the color is added because the cheese is too young to have developed natural color. Bendy Kraft uses something called microbial enzymes instead of traditional rennet. This is a cost-cutting measure. Traditional rennet comes from carbs and produces superior flavor. Microbial enzymes are cheaper and faster, but produce cheese with less complex taste. The natamycin concerns me. This is an antifungal antibiotic used to prevent mold growth. It extends shelf life significantly. But some health experts question whether regularly consuming antifungal agents with food is wise. Studies on long-term effects are limited. Kraft Cheddar is also barely aged. The company prioritizes speed and volume over quality. The cheese sits in warehouses for weeks, not months or years. The result is a mild, almost flavorless product that needs artificial enhancement to taste like anything at all. Means when you buy Kraft Cheddar, you are paying for a brand name and marketing. You are not paying for quality cheese. Number 4. Borden Cheddar Cheese. Borden has been an American dairy brand since 1857. Elsie the cow is one of the most recognized mascots in American advertising. The heritage suggests quality and tradition. Indian but modern Borden cheddar cheese is far from traditional. Borden cheddar contains pasteurized milk, cheese culture, salt, enzymes, and annatto. Their shredded versions contain potato starch, powdered cellulose, and natamycin. Here is what bothers me about Borden. They trade heavily on their heritage and traditional image. The packaging features Elsie the cow and nostalgic branding. But the product inside is the same industrially produced, barely aged, additive-filled cheese as their competitors. Meander, the powdered cellulose in their shredded cheese, is particularly concerning. This is literally wood pulp. It prevents the shreds from clumping together. Some brands use up to 4% cellulose. That means in an 8-ounce bag, you could be eating nearly a third of an ounce of wood fiber instead of cheese. Cellulose is not harmful. Your body does not digest it. It passes right through, but it is not cheese. And you are paying cheese prices for it. Borden cheddar also lacks the complex flavor of properly aged cheese. It melts into a rubbery, bland mass. It does not crumble like real aged cheddar. It does not have the sharp bite that cheddar is supposed to have. And you are paying for a brand name from 1857. You are getting cheese technology from a cost-cutting modern factory. Number 3. Sargento Cheddar Cheese. Sargento positions itself as a premium cheese brand. Their marketing emphasizes quality and real cheese. The prices are higher than store brands. Consumers believe they are getting something better. But let me show you what Sargento cheddar actually contains. Sargento sharp cheddar ingredients include cheddar cheese made from pasteurized milk, cheese culture, salt, enzymes, and annatto extract. Their shredded varieties add potato starch, powdered cellulose, and natamycin, the same additives as the budget brands. The same coloring, the same antifungal agents, the same wood pulp in the shredded versions, so what are you paying extra for? Damda marketing. Sargento spends millions on advertising to convince you their cheese is superior. But the ingredients tell a different story. The production methods are similar to other industrial cheesemakers. Sargento cheese is aged slightly longer than some budget brands. That is true, but we are talking weeks of difference, not months or years. Real sharp cheddar is aged for at least 9 months. Extra sharp cheddar is aged for over a year. Sargento sharp cheddar is not aged anywhere close to that. Tumbleanes. The sharp taste comes more from added enzymes than from genuine aging. Enzymes can create flavor compounds quickly that would normally develop slowly during proper aging. It is a shortcut. A simulation of real-aged cheese. Malines. When you pay premium prices for Sargento, you are paying for the perception of quality. The actual product is not dramatically different from what you could buy for half the price. Number 2. Velveeta. Conjus. Now we are getting into seriously problematic territory. Velveeta is in millions of American homes. It is used for mac and cheese, dips, and countless recipes. It melts beautifully. It tastes familiar and comforting. Dandious. But here is the shocking truth. Velveeta is not cheese. Legally, Velveeta cannot be called cheese. It is labeled as a pasteurized prepared cheese product. This is because it does not meet the FDA standards for actual cheese. Look at the Velveeta ingredients list. Milk, water, whey, milk protein concentrate, milk fat, whey protein concentrate, sodium phosphate, and contains less than 2% of salt, calcium phosphate, lactic acid, sorbic acid, sodium citrate, sodium alginate, enzymes, apocarotinol, annatto, and cheese culture. Tone. That is a long list. Water is the second ingredient. The cheese is extended with whey and milk proteins. Multiple phosphates are added as emulsifiers. Sorbic acid is a preservative. Sodium alginate is a thickener derived from seaweed. Gent. The actual cheese content in Velveeta is minimal. It is mostly water, milk proteins, and chemical additives blended together to create a cheese-like product. Velveeta was invented in 1918 as a way to use up broken cheese wheels. It was never meant to be premium cheese. It was meant to be a cheap substitute. The sodium content is extremely high. A single serving of Velveeta contains over 400 milligrams of sodium. If you eat it in mac and cheese or as a dip, you could easily consume over 1,000 milligrams in one sitting. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams per day. When you eat Velveeta, you are eating a heavily processed, high-sodium, cheese-flavored product. You are not eating cheese. Mungdown's number 1, Kraft Singles American Cheese, and here we are at the worst offender on my list. Kraft Singles are in almost every American refrigerator. They go on burgers. They go in grilled cheese sandwiches. They are fed to children daily, but Kraft Singles are not cheese. Like Velveeta, Kraft Singles cannot legally be called cheese. They are labeled as pasteurized prepared cheese product. The FDA requires this because the product does not meet the standards for actual cheese. Look at the ingredients. Cheddar cheese made from milk, cheese culture, salt, enzymes. Then water, whey, milk protein concentrate, milk fat, sodium citrate, calcium phosphate, whey protein concentrate, sodium phosphate, sorbic acid, apocarotinol, annatto, enzymes, vitamin D, and cheese culture. Trap TB cheeks. The first ingredient is cheddar cheese. That sounds okay. But then water is added, then whey, then milk protein concentrate, then multiple emulsifiers and preservatives. The original cheese is diluted and extended with cheaper ingredients. Kraft Singles contain only about 51% actual cheese. The rest is water, milk proteins, and additives. You are paying for cheese and getting a product that is almost half filler. The emulsifying salts, sodium citrate, and sodium phosphate are what give Kraft Singles that perfect meltability. They break down the protein structure of cheese so it melts smoothly. But they also create a product that is fundamentally different from real cheese. The sorbic acid is a preservative that prevents mold. It allows Kraft Singles to last for months in your refrigerator. Real cheese does not last that long. Real cheese is alive with bacteria and will eventually mold. That is natural. Kraft Singles are engineered to be almost immortal. The sodium content is staggering. A single slice of Kraft American cheese contains around 200 milligrams of sodium. Put 2 slices on a sandwich and you are at 400 milligrams just from the cheese. Add bread, condiments, and meat, and you have a sodium bomb. Studies have linked high processed cheese consumption to increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and obesity. The combination of sodium, saturated fat, and additives is particularly concerning when consumed regularly. And yet Americans feed this to their children daily. Schools serve it, restaurants use it, it is everywhere. Kraft Singles are not cheese. They are a cheese-flavored industrial product designed for maximum shelf life and minimum cost. They have no place in a healthy diet. So what should you actually buy? First, look for cheese that lists only milk, salt, cultures, and enzymes. No colors. No preservatives, no cellulose, no emulsifiers. If the ingredients list is long, put it back. Second, buy blocks of cheese instead of pre-shredded or sliced. You avoid the cellulose and anti-caking agents. It takes 30 seconds to grate cheese yourself. Third, look for aged cheddar. Real sharp cheddar is aged for at least 9 months. Extra sharp is aged over a year. The longer the aging, the more complex the flavor and the more nutritious the cheese. Look for age statements on the packaging. Fourth, consider imported cheddar. British, Irish, and Australian cheddar must meet higher standards. Brands like Kerrygold, Cabot, and Tillamook use more traditional methods. Yes, they cost more, but you are getting real cheese. Shop at specialty cheese counters. Many supermarkets have a cheese section with higher quality options. Ask questions. Look for cheese that has been properly aged. Sixth, if budget is a concern, buy less cheese but better cheese. A small amount of really aged cheddar provides more flavor and nutrition than a large amount of processed cheese product. Real cheese is one of humanity's oldest foods. It has nourished people for thousands of years. But what fills American supermarket shelves today is often a pale imitation, processed, extended, colored, and preserved to maximize profit. You deserve better. Your family deserves real food. Thank you for watching this video. If this information opened your eyes, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. I am exposing the truth about American food products that companies do not want you to know. Leave a comment telling me which brand surprised you most. Were you buying any of these thinking they were real cheese? Tandly, share this video with family and friends who need to know, especially parents who are feeding these products to their children. Until next time, read those labels. Choose real food. And remember, real cheese has nothing to fart. And remember, real cheese has nothing to hide. This is Food Truth Exposed, and I will see you in the next video.